So if you're a fan of Nicholas Alexander Benson, you know his work is powered by this incredibly rich inner world. But what does that actually look like day to day? Well, we're doing something really cool today. We're taking a deep dive into a single day, July 30th, 2025, to see exactly how his dreams get turned into reality.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it down. We're going to start where he starts, inside a dream. Then we'll follow that idea through his creative pipeline, see how he navigates the digital world, hear some of his personal commentary on culture, and wrap it all up with the day's biggest highlights.
You see, for Nicholas, the day doesn't really start when the sun comes up. It starts at 2:59 a.m. He's not just waking up, he's already busy documenting this incredibly detailed lucid dream from a world that he basically treats like a second life.
And get this wasn't just some random fuzzy dream. Nope, this was a full-on strategic showdown and an ongoing story. He's face-to-face with this new character, a muscular purple werebear with a heart-shaped scar, and it's dead set on getting its paws on the reality-warping stone.
He isn't just along for the ride in this dream, he's playing chess. First, he tries diplomacy, offers the bear a key to its very own pocket universe, a pretty sweet deal. But the bear turns on him, uses the key to teleport and attack. So what does he do? He pulls this brilliant move. He reanimates a fallen guard as a zombie, a creature that has no blood to bend, and has it arrest the bear. A total loophole. Now, what's so wild about this is where the analysis comes from. It's from his own commentary on the dream. So he's not just having these crazy adventures at night, he's breaking them down later, realizing that his dream self uses the exact same tactics as his waking self, finding a clever way around a problem instead of just trying to punch through it.
Okay, so you've got this epic dream about a blood-bending bear. Now what?
How does that actually turn into content that you and I can watch or listen to?
Well, this next part shows his creative engine just kicking into overdrive.
And this timeline, man, it just lays it all out. The idea hits right before 3 a.m., and he logs it. Less than 3 hours later, boom, he's already making stuff based on it. By the afternoon, it sparks an idea for a whole new song, and by that evening, the dream is officially canon, featured in his daily highlight comment.
And look at this. It's a complete creative ecosystem. That one dream becomes an anime scene, a song, a podcast analysis, a comic strip, and even a wiki entry to keep all the lore straight. It's amazing. Each piece builds on the others, creating this huge narrative all from one event that happened while he was asleep.
And you know, creativity isn't always a straight line. While he was working on a remix for a music contest, he started writing lyrics and just got completely swept up in it. Next thing you know, he realized, hey, this isn't a remix anymore. This is a brand new song. He called it Summers Every Night, and it's all about using lucid dreams to make a perfect summer romance last forever.
All right, let's pivot a bit. We've been deep in his inner world, but now let's look at how he engages with the outer world. A big part of his day is spent analyzing what's happening out there on the digital frontier, and he has some strong thoughts on AI.
See, he's not just playing with these tools, he's really breaking down what each company is doing. He sees Google's push as a big plus for making AI normal and accessible. He's way more skeptical about Meta's AI, thinking the quality just isn't there yet, even if he likes their overall goal. And with newer platforms like Showrunner, he's cautiously optimistic, sees the huge potential, but is also realistic about the money side of things.
And this right here, this quote, gets to the very heart of his philosophy. He calls himself an AI accelerationist. Basically, he's optimistic that all this super fast development is going to be a good thing for us in the long run. He worries that all the fear-mongering you see in the media could lead to rules that just slow down progress for no good reason.
And that same critical eye he has for tech, he applies that to pretty much everything, including pop culture and politics. He's constantly processing these really complex, sometimes pretty heated topics.
So here's a great example. He hears about this super controversial music video from a hometown artist, Jesse Murph. The rumor is that it's just awful. But instead of just reacting, he watches it and he deconstructs it. His take? It's intentional, way over the top satire, kind of like an episode of South Park. He does admit, though, that the message could have been a bit clearer.
And after seeing a Sydney Sweeney ad that he felt was problematic, he shared this personal principle. He was concerned about certain harmful ideas becoming normalized, and he basically said that the way you fight that is by speaking up and explaining to people why it's harmful.
Okay, so after all of that, all the creating, all the deep thinking, all the analysis, what does he actually count as the big wins for the day? Let's take a look at the moments he picked to put in his daily recap comment.
And check out this mix. It's just a perfect snapshot of his world, right? You've got a major victory in his dream world, a good deed in the real world, a huge creative accomplishment, and of course, a clutch win in the gaming world.
And that Fortnite win. You gotta hear the story behind this one. It wasn't just any win. It came after a whole string of frustrating second-place finishes, and the win itself was a total shock. He didn't even get the final kill. The storm closed in and trapped the last opponent, handing him this super satisfying, unexpected victory royale.
When you look at it all together, this one day is just an incredible window into a mind that is always working. As he puts it, his dreams are a second life to live for. And that kind of leaves us with a really interesting question to think about for ourselves. If you could live a whole other life every single night, how would that change the story of your day?